Hey guys and welcome. This video is on the plugin play account message, and basically what it does is when you hover over your play account inside your server list, it will come up with this. And as you can see, I've configured mine already. Mine's got Variation Craft, a list of the minigames, Players Online, and basically what Players Online does is picks out however many that you've listed random players on your server, and then as you can see at the bottom it says and one more, so that's another tag as well. And then it shows how many players are online and it says join now. So I'll go over this in the config file to show you how I set it up. So this is your config file. When it loads in, you'll have this, you'll have lines, and then you'll have one default. So you'll basically want to change all these. Every time you do a line, make sure you put these, otherwise it just does not display and won't load at all. It will just delete your whole message basically. Top line, as you can see, is just loads of dashes with colour tags, and this is repeated throughout, and this is to format it. Then I've got Variation Craft, and as you can see I've got this uni tag here, and basically what this is a code for a symbol. So this is the copyright symbol, and there's a whole list of these on a website and there'll be a link to that in the description. Some of them work, some of them don't. You have to just try them out and see if it works. Then you can see I've got underlined and bolded minigames and then a list of them. You're just going to have to test out your spacing. I just had to keep reloading the server to get it right. Then you can see I've got a blank line here. So blank lines do actually load and do work, so you can have as many blank lines in it as you want. Then I've got more of this code in here. This just puts the dashes in. Players online, and then you can see I've got the code here. So you've got %player%. This will display a random player name on the server. Then I've got it again, so it's going to display 2 random player names that are currently online on the server. Then I've got the word and, %more%, and then the word more. And %more% shows that number, so before it showed 1, so it will say and one more. So basically what it does is takes player and player away from the total number of players and then displays that number. So if you've got 5 players online and you've got 2 of these player tags, it will show the number 3. So this is useful obviously if you have lots of players online. At the moment my example is a bit lame because I've only got 3 players. But if you have a server where you have at least 10 players on, you might want to display 3 player names and then just have 7 more players also online. Then I've got this online players. As you can see, it's just online, and that will display how many players are online. So in my example it showed 3. Then I've got a slash, and then I've just got the number 100 because that's the max players that are allowed on the server. Then at the bottom I've just got a load of tags again, loads of dashes, join now, dash. So it's really easy to configure. You can come up with something far better than I have. This was just done quickly in about 5 minutes. But I do think it gives a really good effect. What you want to do is after you've changed something, so for instance if I add another player tag, save it, and then go to my console. So in your console all you need to do is type PCM load, and that'll load it. So as you can see, go onto your thing again, hover over it, refresh, hover over it, and it says players online, VariationVault, Nene, Rixic, and 0 more. That's because there's only 3 players. Obviously, if you have a server, you're going to try and configure it to the basis of how many players you normally have online. If you have a big server, you can obviously have a list of 4 or 5 players, and then however many more. If you have a smaller server, you probably wouldn't use this feature, because having a message that says and 0 more doesn't look the most appealing. But it does look really good. I think it's definitely a good feature. There'll be a download to it in the description below. And as always guys, please remember to rate, subscribe and comment. Cheers.